Little Bunny's Dreamland Discovery. A lesson of love, family, and friendship. The next morning, Benny woke up feeling refreshed and happy after his adventure the night before. As he stretched his little paws, he thought about all the friends he had visited and how different their homes were. It made him smile to think that even though things didn't work out perfectly, his friends had all been so kind. After a big breakfast of dandelion pancakes, Benny decided to hop outside to thank his friends. First, he visited Squirrel. "I'm sorry I couldn't stay, Squirrel," Benny said. "But thank you for welcoming me in." "No problem at all," Squirrel replied with a grin. "Next time, we'll have some fun without the acorn crunching." Then Benny visited Skunk. "I'm sorry I had to leave so quickly, Skunk," he said, "but thank you for letting me stay." Skunk nodded and gave Benny a big hug. "Maybe next time I'll remember not to spray," they both giggled. Benny continued to visit Porcupine, Bear, and Owl, thanking each of them for their kindness, until finally, he felt like his heart was filled with gratitude. That night, when Benny got ready for bed, he felt something magical stirring in the air. The moon was full and bright, casting silver light over the meadow. As Benny lay down to sleep, he whispered, "Thank you, friends," and closed his eyes. But just as he started to drift off, something extraordinary happened. Benny found himself floating through the sky, gently soaring over the meadow. He blinked in surprise, realizing he wasn't in his bed anymore. "Where am I?" he wondered out loud. "You're in Dreamland," a soft voice answered. Benny turned to see a shimmering butterfly with wings that sparkled like the stars. "I'm your dream guide," said the butterfly. "Tonight, I'm going to show you how dreams can be even more exciting than hopping around in the real world." Benny's eyes widened in amazement as the butterfly led him through the clouds. In Dreamland, everything was colorful and full of wonder. Benny saw flowers as big as trees, rivers made of lemonade, and animals playing together like they were in a magical playground. But the best part was yet to come. As Benny and the butterfly flew over a hill, he saw all his friends waiting for him. Squirrel, Skunk, Porcupine, Bear, and Owl were gathered in a beautiful garden, where everything was soft, quiet, and peaceful. There were no loud crunching noises, no strange smells, no prickly quills, and no snoring. It was perfect. "Welcome, Benny," they all shouted together. Benny's heart filled with joy. In Dreamland, he could spend time with all his friends in the most wonderful way. They played games, told stories, and even had a big feast with the tastiest dream food Benny had ever imagined. As the night in Dreamland came to a close, Benny realized something important. Even though he loved being in his own bed, Dreamland was a place where he could be with his friends whenever he wanted, and in the dream world, everything was just right. But before the night could end, the butterfly asked Benny, "Do you know what makes Dreamland so special?" Benny thought for a moment. "Is it the fun we have together?" he asked. The butterfly smiled. "Yes, but it's more than that. It's the love and friendship that fill your heart. You see, love and family aren't just about being in the same place. It's about knowing you're cared for, no matter where you are. Your friends may have different homes and habits, but they love you just the same." Benny blinked. "So, even if I'm by myself at home, I'm never really alone?" "That's right," said the butterfly. "Love and friendship are like a cozy blanket you carry with you. They keep you warm, even when you're by yourself." Benny's heart swelled with warmth as he realized the truth in the butterfly's words. He wasn't just grateful for his friends' kindness, he was grateful for their love. And he knew that his own family, even though he had no brothers or sisters, was made up of all the wonderful friends who cared for him. "Family isn't just who lives in your house," Benny whispered to himself. "It's the people who love you and make you feel safe." The butterfly flapped its shimmering wings and said, "Exactly, Benny. And remember, even when you're not with your friends, their love is always with you. That's the magic of friendship and family." With that, Benny felt a sense of peace he had never felt before. When he woke up the next morning, he knew that whether he was in his own cozy bed or off on an adventure with his friends, the love they shared would always be with him. That day, Benny hopped around the meadow with a new sense of happiness. He visited Squirrel, Skunk, Porcupine, Bear, and Owl, not just to play but to share something special. I just wanted to say, Benny began, his nose twitching with excitement, that I love you all. You're my family, no matter where we are. His friends smiled and hugged him, each feeling the same warmth in their hearts. From that day on, Benny understood that love, friendship, and family weren't about being together all the time. They were about always being connected in your heart. And every night before bed, Benny would snuggle under his blanket, close his eyes, and think about all the love surrounding him. Then, he'd drift off to Dreamland, where his friends were always waiting, ready for new adventures.